Happy rising, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, One Enlightened Diva. Today, we are going to be talking about narcissism. For those of you out there who don't know what a narcissist is, hopefully this video will give you some insight. I hope that this video will help you to recognize a narcissist and recognize the red flags of a narcissist. So I will be going in depth based on the research that I've done on narcissism, the types of narcissists, and what to look for. Also myself, I have been involved with the narcissist, so I will also be giving some of my insights along the video. So I want you guys to hold tight. I hope that you learned something. And so by the end of the video, you will be an informed individual on narcissism. And perhaps that you learn from this video, you can share with others. So without further ado, let's proceed. Narcissus in Greek mythology was a hunter who saw his own reflection in the water and fell in love with his own reflection. He was so enamored with his own reflection, he touched the water and the reflection of his face dissipated. So he jumped in the water after his reflection. This is how he met his demise. There on the bank where Narcissus met his demise, a flower grew. Where it hangs over the bank, there is a reflection of the flower. This symbolizes Narcissus still gazing in the water and admiring his own reflection. Side note, the daffodil is the common name for Narcissus. I'm going to give you a list of some of the characteristics of a narcissist, starting with a lack of empathy. They're good at reading and understanding what is going on in someone's mind. They can well recognize what emotions are shaping their victims' expressions and body language. This gives them the ability to harm you more than your everyday enemy. Then they know how to hurt you so that the damage is maximum. Narcissists study you. They are manipulators. They study you and they look for your weak spots. And they look for the things that you're sensitive about. And so later on, when they're upset, or they feel you disrespected them, or you criticize them, then they would take those same sensitive areas and they will throw them back in your face to hurt you. But them themselves, they have no empathy. They don't care about hurting you because, well, one, they don't like you and they don't love you. And number two, they don't like themselves and they don't love themselves. The number two characteristic of a narcissist is that they are gaslighters. A gaslighter manipulates a person into doubting their own beliefs and ideas. The victim may ultimately trust a gaslighter so much that they start to think that they are losing their own sanity. Narcissists are masters of gaslighting. They are pathological liars who will manipulate you every chance they get. Yes. That's a yes. Example, if you get in a fight and they verbally abuse you, but then after the fight, they try to, or even during the fight, they try to justify it and then make you believe that it's your fault of why they verbally abused you. So they're always trying to turn things around because they never want to take responsibility for their own actions because they're a narcissist and they don't care about you. Number three, they are aggressive. Most have explosive behaviors. They have no control over their emotions or their aggressive behaviors. They have no control over their actions. They have no control over what they say. They don't care what they say. And they don't care if what they say hurts you. That's what they want to do, hurt you. Because why? Because they're hurt, because they're unhealed individuals. You know that a person does not have any control over their uh, emotions when, if you're having an argument and they get upset with you because of the fact that you're making a valid point, but they don't want to be wrong. They always want to be right because they always want to feel superior. And so, if that be the case, that means that you always have to be the inferior one. Number 4, they are revengeful. They were as children who then grew their narcissistic traits to protect their self esteem from further hurt. It is a defense mechanism. They remember the people who hurt their self esteem and ego, and they will often keep tracking down opportunities to inflict pain on them. I feel that narcissists were hurt some type of way when they were children, whether it be bullying, I would say bullying, and made to feel like they weren't good enough. And so they took on these traits to protect themselves, to protect themselves from getting hurt any further than what they already are. It is a defense mechanism. Number 5, they are highly sensitive. They make sure that everything they do for you gets noticed and acknowledged. Their selfish need to feel praise trumps your need to find relief from your pain. A narcissist, I'm going to use this as an example. A narcissist, they will do something for you. Unstop the tub, unstop the sink. And if you don't acknowledge it and say anything about it, you may go and take a bath and, you know, you may realize that, hey, this person unstopped the tub or the sink, but then you don't say anything about it because you don't have to say something about everything that happens. But with the narcissist, you do. I mean, I'm sorry. With the narcissist, you do. You do. You need to say something to the degree of, oh, thank you so much for unstopping that tub. If you hadn't unstopped the tub, I would not be able to take a bath. Yeah, that's why they have showers. Number 6, charmer. They are very charming. When you meet them, it's like you're the most beautiful woman I ever met. I can't live without you. Whatever I need to do, I will do to have you in my life. I never knew. Ah. Okay, no, but really, charmer. When interested, they make you feel very special and wanted. However, when they get bored, lose interest, or you don't give them the attention they feel they deserve, chances are they will move on to the next victim. There is no chances that's what they're going to do. Okay? Because narcissists love attention. They love attention at all times. Because a lot of them have low self esteem. So they need people or they need whomever they are with to, keep pumping them up. Like, oh, you look so good today. Oh, you smell so good. Oh, I am so grateful you're in my life. You're my hero. You know, they want all of that praise. But when they lose interest or you don't give them enough of attention and they can't drain you of your energy anymore, and they notice that, hey, my narcissistic supply is ending, well, they're already looking for the next victim. That's just facts. Number 7, negative emotions. Narcissists arouse negative emotions to get attention and feel powerful. Sensitive to criticism, respond with the argument, fight, or cold detachment, flight. This is true. If you don't have, it's kind of like the movie Forrest Gump, when Forrest said something to the degree like, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. When I tell you, that's about like a narcissist. You don't never know what you're going to get because they're all over the place. Although they have the facade that they have it all together, but inside, they're all over the place. And when they feel that you're pulling away or the supply is getting low, they'll start arguments just because they're angry because they can't manipulate you anymore. Or if they don't cause a fight, they'll get cold with you. Like, oh, I can't stand you. I can't stand to look at you. I don't want to be around you. They make you feel like, you're trash, pretty much. I don't know why I'm laughing. Number 8, emotionally abusive, making you feel inferior. They boost their fragile egos and make them feel better about themselves. So, putting you down, making you feel inferior, boosts their egos. I know what you're thinking. That is so sad. It really is. You have to put another person down to make yourself feel good. That should let you know right there, you need to do some healing within yourself. Because obviously, you don't like yourself. You don't love yourself. And so we got to think about that. If a person has to put you down to make themselves feel good, but then in the same token tell you they love you or even like you, that can be true because we know narcissists are pathological liars. So, in saying that, whatever they're telling you, they're only telling you that because they're going to benefit in some type of way. Because how can you love someone but emotionally abuse them every chance you get? And then get upset with the other person because they're in pain because they hurt you with their words or physically with their hands. However, any way that they're doing it, any way that they're abusing you. And then they're okay with that. That, yeah, I know I verbally abused you. Yes, I know I physically abused you. Yes, I know I emotionally abused you. But it's time for you to get over it. It's time for you to get over it. You've been in pain long enough. So that's what I'm saying. They have no empathy. They don't feel sorry about anything that they do. And if they do say that they're sorry, it's only because they're trying to get back in and suck up some more of your supply, some more of your energy. The energy that they need to make themselves feel good about themselves. These are a list of things to expect when you are in a relationship with a narcissist. And I'm going to list those for you and then I will break it down for you. Number 1, conversation hoarder, conversation interrupter, rule breaker, violates boundaries, false image projections. The number 1 thing to expect when you're in a relationship with a narcissist is a conversation hoarder. Having a conversation with a narcissist is like talking to the wall because they never hear what you're saying. They never want to hear what you're saying because they want the conversation to be about them and not you. And even though the conversation is about you, some kind of way they'll switch it around and make it about themselves. Because why? Because they want the attention, they want to be superior, they are the most important in the relationship. Their feelings are what are most important. And so your feelings are not. And it's just plain as that. Number two, conversation interrupter. Having a conversation with a narcissist, you will not get heard because when you're trying to view your opinion or speak your truth or even explain how you're feeling, a narcissist will not give you a chance because he will interrupt you or she will interrupt you throughout the whole conversation. So nothing that you've been said will be received by the narcissist because he's going to switch the conversation back to himself or herself. Number three, rule breaker. Enjoys getting away with violating rules and social norms. Example, disobeying traffic laws. Narcissists do not believe that the law that governs one group of people governs them. It's like they're superior. So those that are inferior have a set of rules, but the narcissist has another set of rules that they feel that they can break anytime they would like. Number four, violates boundaries. Narcissists do not have any boundaries. They will violate your boundaries because they feel like you shouldn't have any boundaries. And how dare you put up any boundaries? Because the narcissist is a superior being. And whatever they want to do, they should be able to do it. Whether you say, no, do not do that, or no, I don't want you to do that, or I don't want you to say that, or you're in my space. Narcissists are like, your space is my space. You don't have any space. I am the superior one. You are not. That's how they make you feel. Like you don't have any rights. The only rights that you have are the rights that they give you. Yeah, pretty much. That's a no. Number five, false image projection. Narcissists do things to impress others by making themselves look good externally. So that could be physically, romantically, sexually, socially, religiously, financially. They want to look good to the outside world, like, I got it all together. Look at me. But those that are in relationships with these people know the real them, that they don't have it together at all, that actually they are a mess within. But of course, they don't want anyone to know this because they want everybody to idolize them. And when you bring up their name, whether it be family or friends, if they're talking about this person, like, oh, he's so nice, he's such a gentleman. No, he's not. He's a narcissist. And narcissists, this is what they say: I'm better than you. I am more special than you. And that's what I'm going to portray to the world. So that's what people will think of me, even though I know that inside I'm jacked up, and I know that I don't love myself, and I know I don't like myself. But hey, the world doesn't know that. All I got to do is put on my mask and pretend. They'll never know the difference. That's what narcissists think. That's what I feel anyway, from my experience. Now that we've gone through the list of things to expect when you're in a relationship with a narcissist, we're going to talk about 5 types of narcissists. Although I do believe that it is more than that, but I'm just going to talk about 5 types: the overt, the covert, communal, and the antagonistic, and the malignant narcissist. And so I'm going to go through those and give you some characteristics. Number 1, the overt narcissist. An overt narcissist is only concerned with status, wealth, flattery, power, and their sense of entitlement. Like I said earlier in the video, it's all about them. And if they have power and wealth, that's what makes them feel good about themselves. Because they don't feel good within themselves. Because if they didn't have the power and they didn't have the status and they didn't have the wealth, well, they'd just be like, the hurt child that they really are within. The hurt, unhealed child in an adult body. Number 2, covert narcissist, which is very similar to the overt narcissist. The covert narcissist craves admiration. They are lacking empathy towards others. These are some things that they may say. I'm the best you ever had. You will never find anyone else like me. I've heard that one before. Also, they may say something like, no one else would give you the time of day. You should be grateful I stick around. Yeah, see, I've heard that one before also. So they want you to believe that as long as they're in your life, then you're a better person for it, that you've upgraded. No. No, you haven't. Number 3, communal narcissism. This is a form of narcissism that occurs in a group setting. It is about someone who has an inflated sense of importance. They need admiration from others, and they seek out positions of power and influence within their groups. They will also try to control or manipulate group members in order to achieve their own goals. Oh my goodness. They are superficial. They have a need for control. And they are arrogant, and they think that they know everything. And I believe that's why this particular narcissist wants the power or wants the position of power so that they can make all the rules. And how dare you break the rules? And they want the position to make themselves seem big or higher, only because within they don't feel big nor higher, but they need something that they can say, hey, I have this power. I have this position. So I'm better than you. So you better do what I say because I make the rules. Number 4, antagonistic narcissists. They have a sense of competitiveness. They are arrogant. They are overly concerned with how others see them. They are only concerned with coming out on top, and they put others down or start arguments in an attempt to gain the upper hand or appear dominant. A lot of these characteristics are pretty much the same throughout all the different types of narcissism. But I just think it's if you have to put others down to make yourself feel better, what is that really saying about how you really feel about yourself? Because someone who's truly healed would never have to put anybody down to make themselves feel bigger or better, because if they're healed, they will already know that they're bigger and better. That you don't have to stoop down and antagonize people in order to even gain an upper hand or appear dominant. Like, you're strategizing. That is manipulation at its finest. And last but not least, number 5, the malignant narcissist. That should tell you something right there. The malignant narcissist focuses primarily on themselves and being and being held in high regard by everyone in their lives. They tend to have a darker side, highly manipulative, and don't care who they hurt as long as they get their way. They are egocentric, lacking of empathy, and even have a sadistic streak. They have a poor sense of self. They are unable to handle criticism, check. They have a tendency to lash out, check. They are only concerned or overly concerned about their appearance, check. They expect to be treated as superior, yes. They have no remorse for hurting others and no interest in apologizing unless it benefits them, triple check. They have hidden insecurities and a weak sense of self, and they blame others for their own bad behavior. They do whatever it takes to protect themselves from loss or inconvenience. These are the types of narcissists that I have researched. There are more, but that is all that I have for you all. I hope that this video was informative. If you enjoyed my video, please hit the subscribe, like, and share buttons, and also hit the notification bell when you want to be notified when I upload a new video. Also, I'd like to take a moment to thank those of you that have viewed my video, shared my video, liked my video, or subscribed to my channel. Thank you all very much. Bye-bye.